Welcome to Cooking with Dorothy. Thank you for being here and tuning in tonight. We are making tonight Blueberry Pumpkin Muffins. It's pumpkin season and everything's all about pumpkins. So this 6-part series of Cooking with Dorothy, we are focusing on pumpkins. Now we put together a 10 quick and healthy pumpkin recipe booklet, a PDF to be downloaded, which Drew will put in the comments. So if you haven't already grabbed that and downloaded that, then you can do that. Thanks so much again for being here. It wouldn't be a show without you guys. We truly appreciate you being here with us and giving us your time and being here with us to interact and get to know you better. Drew, we've got Drew behind the camera, or producer Drew. So if it's your first time tuning in here, that's the man's voice behind the camera. It's Drew. He's always here helping out. With the comments and interacting with us and helping me out because it's very hard to be up here cooking and then answering comments and questions as they come through. So thanks, Drew, for being with us, being our comment man.
Oh, it's my pleasure. We got Sue in here.
Hey, Sue.
And we got Chantel in here as well.
Hey, Chantel. Thanks for joining us. We'll just stick around a couple more seconds here and see if there's other people going to be tuning in with us tonight for the show.
We got Christine on Instagram here.
Hey, Christine. Thanks for tuning in.
Louise.
Hey, Louise. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to get started soon. We're just going to hang out for a few seconds here, a few minutes, and let other people jump on and catch up here. We're making Blueberry Pumpkin Muffins tonight. These are going to be gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, and refined sugar-free. So we are going to be using a sweetener that's not going to be refined sugar. So you might be able to see it on the table here. I don't know. But let us know in the comments what sweetener you think that we're using tonight. We'd love to hear what you think we're going to be using tonight. If you haven't already downloaded the booklet, the 10 Quick and Healthy Pumpkin Recipes booklet, put that together, especially for you guys, and you can download that. We just need your email address so we know where to send it. So Drew put a link up in the comments so that you can grab that. If you're feeling up to it, we'd really love it if you shared the show on your personal page right now so your friends can see what you're up to right now, and then sharing the show really helps us out expand and reach more people to help more. So that's what we're all about here. That's why we're putting these cooking shows together to reach a larger audience and help more people. So you can help us help others by sharing with your friends. So we'd really appreciate it if you shared the show on your page. What else, Drew?
We have Tina Thomas in here.
Hey, Tina.
And we have Jenna as well.
Hey, Jenna.
Jenna Ranieri.
Hey, Jenna. Jenna's been rocking the running. So, what else, Drew?
I think we're pretty good. I have the link set up there if anyone's interested. If you haven't subscribed, why don't you tell them that's Cooking with Dorothy.
You put up the Cooking with Dorothy link?
No, I put up the 10 quick and healthy pumpkin recipes.
Alright, I can tell them about the Cooking with Dorothy link too.
I think you should.
So Cooking with Dorothy, Drew's going to put a link up here soon. And if you haven't already subscribed to Cooking with Dorothy, you're going to want to do that. Because you'll get the recipes first in advance to the show so that you can grab the ingredients and cook along with me. And then after the show, we send out the episode. So if you miss tuning into a show, you'll get it after it airs. Drew uploads those to YouTube, so they are accessible on YouTube after. We also do some draws for giveaways for prizes throughout some of our shows, so if you subscribe, you'll be eligible for prizes as well. So if you haven't subscribed to Cooking with Dorothy, check out the link that Drew put there in the comments, and you'll want to subscribe to get all the new recipes.
I think we are ready to go.
All right, let's get started. Before we get rocking and rolling, I just want to talk about some of the ingredients that we're using in this recipe. And like I mentioned, it's all about pumpkins for this 6-part series. And the reason pumpkins is so important, not just because it's pumpkin season, but pumpkins have such a wide variety of health benefits. So vitamin A is a huge one for pumpkin. It's a big source of vitamin A. And then We have immune booster, so it helps boost our immune system, aids in digestion. It's good for heart health. So if you want to prevent, eat some pumpkins for a healthy heart. And also it helps, oh, I just slid my hand on the muffin thing. It also helps with eyesight, or like eye health, I should say, not eyesight, but eye health and skin health as well. So wide variety. I think we should be eating pumpkin all year round. It seems like we have this short season in fall where it's pumpkin everything, then it kind of fades out. But pumpkin is truly, really nutrient dense. So we should be trying to eat pumpkin on a regular basis throughout the whole entire year if we can. We're doing blueberries in this recipe. Blueberries are really high in antioxidants, so they help our bodies fight off those free radicals, which is really important. So I should mention when we put these recipes together, we try to combine different foods so that you get the most nutrients possible. So Drew and I really put a lot of thought into creating these recipes. They don't really come out of thin air and we're like, let's do blueberry pumpkin. We put lots of thought into what's going to bring you the most health benefits. So this is what we've got, why we've combined the pumpkin blueberry together because of all the health benefits. As I mentioned, it's a gluten-free recipe, so we're using complete truth protein in this recipe instead of flour. So conventional white flour, not much nutrients at all in the conventional white flour. So you'll want to find flour that's going to bring nutrients into your baking, and that's why we suggest using complete truth protein. If you're new to using complete truth protein, it's a whole food supplement made with quinoa and hemp seeds. That's it. Just the two ingredients in the baking one. And it's good for baking and for smoothies actually as well. So this is going to help improve your digestion. It's going to give you a boost of energy. And it gives you all the nutrients you need in a full meal. So opposed to conventional white flour, that doesn't do your body any good. So we highly suggest using Complete Truth Protein. Drew's going to put a link up for you guys to access more information about Complete Truth Protein. We'd love to help you out if you're new to Complete Truth Protein. Love to help you get your hands on some to enhance your health. So that's what I've got in the bowl right here. I've got the Complete Truth Protein, and I've got baking powder, baking soda, and some Himalayan salt in here as well. I'm going to go ahead and get started with the recipe now. So CTP's in there, baking soda, baking powder, and Himalayan sea salt. You'll want to use pink Himalayan sea salt as opposed to white refined salt because, again, now all of the nutrients are stripped out of the conventional white table salt. Nothing nutrition available for us in there. But the Himalayan pink salts have all of the necessary minerals in there to enrich the health of our body. Anything else before I go on, Drew? Any comments, any questions?
Marcel says, hi, Drew and Dorothy.
Hey, Marcel! Thanks for tuning in.
I think we're good.
We're good to go?
Rocking
Good to keep rolling?
Let's do it.
All right, so do we have anyone guess what sweetener we're using?
We didn't have anyone guess. I thought we'd have some returners that would already know. Maybe you should ask them again.
Well, I put it out there to guess what sweetener we were using. We do not use refined sugar in any of our recipes. That stuff is highly addictive. Don't use it in your baking. It does nothing for your body. So you want to find a healthy alternative to refined sugar, sorry. There's a few different ones that we use. Our go-tos are honey, and maple syrup is another go-to for us. And recently we've started baking with stevia. So that's new to us, and that is what we're going to be using tonight, is stevia in the baking. So I have a half a cup of stevia. Stevia is a natural sweetener. Like I said, it's actually a plant-based sweetener. So it's really sweet, like sweeter than sugar. So whenever you're replacing stevia in a conventional recipe that calls for conventional flour or conventional sugar, get my flour and my sugars mixed up here. You want to cut the flour I did it again. You want to cut the sugar in half. So if a conventional recipe calls for 1 cup of sugar, cut that in half to a half a cup of stevia because it's a lot sweeter, and also it will make your baking dry out a bit. So using less will keep your baking nice and moist.
So Chantel guessed stevia for a sweetener.
Woohoo! Chantel, you got it.
And Tina guessed honey or maple syrup.
Those are good guesses, Tina. Those are our go-tos usually is honey and maple syrup. But I mentioned on the last Cooking with Dorothy, Drew did an excellent interview with Tom King. And he has a stevia company. So he sent us, he was so grateful, gracious and sent us a bunch of stevia. So I started using it in baking, which has been fantastic. So that's what we're using tonight.
Jane Keith says, hi, Dorothy and Drew.
Hey, Mom! Open up some blueberry pumpkin muffins. What else we got? We want to put in our pumpkin pie spice as well. So we're going to put in 2 teaspoons of that. I think the recipe calls for 1.5 teaspoons. But Drew and I like our pumpkin spice, so we're going to put a little bit more in there. You can see that I've been doing lots of pumpkin recipes because I only have this much pumpkin spice left. We sure love our pumpkin spice. Drew's actually been putting it in his tea.
I'll put that in anything.
He's putting the pumpkin spice in his tea.
Keep those hearts rolling in, team.
This might get a little crazy, you guys, because I'm not measuring.
Dorothy's dangerous when she pours like that.
Yeah.
Dangeroo.
So there's our pumpkin spice. I'm just going to mix that in here into the dry ingredients. If you guys have any questions or comments, sometimes they're not even related to the baking recipe, but that's okay. We love questions. So let us know if anything comes up.
Has anyone tried? Why don't you ask them if anyone's tried your pumpkin recipe?
Oh yeah, because we did send out the PDF, I suppose, was created about a week or more ago that we put it out there and released it. So have you had a chance to download the PDF? It has 10 quick and easy pumpkin recipes in it. Have you had a chance to try any of the recipes out of the booklet? And maybe you've had a chance to try these muffins. So if you have tried these muffins, let us know. And if you tried a different recipe in the 10 quick and healthy pumpkin recipes booklet, let us know. If you haven't downloaded the booklet, Drew put that in the comments. So it's there for you. All we need is your email address so that we know where to send it. Don't worry, we're not going to spam you. We just need an email address so we know where to send the booklet to. Alright, the next step is coconut oil. So we're using coconut oil instead of a conventional baking oil or butter. So we're going to cream that into the dry ingredients. So I'm just going to pour it in. You want to make sure that the coconut oil is soft. You don't want it to be melted, but you don't want it to be hard. So just soft. And then we're going to use our fork to cream it. Make it creamy. So just like you would in traditional cookies, you would cream the sugar usually and the butter together. Same type of idea here, but we're creaming together the Complete Truth protein, stevia, and the coconut oil. There. So we're just going to cream that in there.
Trudy says hello to you both.
Hey Trudy, thanks for tuning in. We're just whipping up pumpkin or blueberry pumpkin muffins. They're delicious. I think Drew ate all of the cookies from the last episode in about 2 days.
Oh my gosh. They are so good. They're my favorite Dorothy recipe.
My favorite Dorothy recipe.
I'm sure of it. Louise says I did download, but haven't tried any yet. Well, you're going to have to try some, Louise, and let us know how it goes.
Let us know how it goes. Who else downloaded the PDF? We'd like to know. And if you tried any recipes, we'd like to know that too. So it looks like we've creamed this together pretty well. I was going to say something, but now I can't remember what I was going to say. That's odd. Oh, I was talking about the cookies. So last show, if you missed it, you can catch it on YouTube or subscribe to our Cooking with Dorothy show, and we send that out. So it was sent out after we aired. But we made chocolate chip pumpkin cookies last week, and Drew ate them in about 2 days.
No.
All of them.
I think you had a couple.
I had a couple, but Drew ate most of them.
They're very good.
But it's a good point to bring up about healthy baking because we're cooking with baking with all healthy ingredients that will help our bodies heal, help fuel our bodies for energy, and give us the nutrients we need throughout the day to be happy and healthy. And so I think lots of times we think of healthy baking as being not okay to eat, right? We think of baking as sugar and butter and things that we shouldn't be consuming. So we feel guilty for eating muffins and cookies and loaves and all of what else is baking, Drew? all of the other yummy types of baking. So, but with this type of baking, we're not using anything that's going to harm our body. So we can eat it guilt-free, and it'll actually help improve our digestion. When using complete truth protein especially, it'll help improve our digestion. It'll help us gain energy, and it'll help nutritionize our bodies with all of the essential nutrients you need from a meal. So that is the bonus about healthy baking.
I didn't feel guilty one bit. You
don't have to feel guilty. Now, it might become an issue if you eat the whole batch of cookies in one sitting like Drew did.
I didn't feel guilty.
You do still have to keep into account portion control.
I had 2 cookies every night.
Every night. Every meal?
Every night. 2 a night.
2 a night.
They're small cookies. I needed 2. I'm a big guy.
Anyway.
Hilda said, "Hi guys, sorry I'm late."
Hey Hilda.
Thanks for tuning in,
yes,
Mama.
Thank you for being here. Alright, so we're just getting ready to do our wet ingredients now, so I'm going to put this bowl aside.
We got Toscarino tuned in here.
Hey Toscarino! Thanks for tuning in. You know what's funny? I have your recipe book, one of your recipe books from the library that I'm reading right now. That is so cool. It's this one, the Eat Clean Diet Cookbook, because I wanted some inspiration for writing my recipe. So I'm writing a recipe book right now based around complete truth protein, and I needed some inspiration. So I'm reading your recipe book to get inspiration. So thank you so much. This is a great book, and so cool of you to tune in. This is awesome.
We actually had Tosca on Exploring Mind and Body, so you guys can check out those past shows. They're on exploringmindandbody.com.
Yeah, that was a great episode, you guys. So if you haven't checked that out, you'll want to check it out. Maybe, Drew, could you get it and put it in the links?
Yeah.
Or in the comments for them?
Yeah.
So next, we are going to work on the wet ingredients here. So I've already got 1/4 cup of almond milk in here and the egg already whisked up. So that's all ready to go. And I'm just going to throw in, what am I missing? Some vanilla. So make sure you're using the pure vanilla as opposed to the vanilla extract. That's very important because the vanilla extract is filled with sugar and other kinds of ingredients that are harmful to our body. And the pure vanilla is pure vanilla. It's not going to have any of those harmful toxins in our bodies. So we're going to put some vanilla in there. And then I've got the pumpkin, so I'm going to scoop that into the wet ingredients. One cup of pumpkin, and make sure when you're buying the pumpkin, if you're not using your own pumpkin, so you could, if you had pumpkins, you can roast the pumpkin or steam the pumpkin and have your own, and use your own pumpkins. But if you're buying canned pumpkin like I've done here, just make sure that one ingredient is on your label, being pumpkin. Because pumpkin pie filling, for example, is very different than pumpkin. So in the pumpkin pie filling, again, they add like refined sugar and all other kinds of ingredients that can be harmful to our bodies. But we just want the pure pumpkin because of the health benefits. The pumpkin pie filling will not have all of those health benefits. They get destroyed with the other ingredients added to them. So just make sure you're buying the pumpkin that says pumpkin on the label, on the ingredients. So you'll want to look at the ingredient list as opposed to the nutrition label.
I just dropped that link into Toscarina.
Awesome.
The Strike Sugar. She talked about her sugar addiction and how she helps people get off sugar. So I put that in the comments. Those of you on Facebook, so you can click that link if you want to listen to that interview.
Yeah, that's a great interview. One of my favorites for sure. Alright, you guys. So this is our wet ingredients. And now in this ones that I've pre-made, so we whipped these up earlier today, we whipped them up.
I was the taster.
We whipped them up. You'll notice there is 11 instead of 12 muffins.
I didn't feel guilty.
Somebody ate one!
I might eat another one.
And that somebody wasn't me! Drew ate it!
I ate it.
But I think sometimes Drew has a hard time picking his favorites because he says, oh my gosh, those pumpkin cookies last week were my favorite! And he ate like 12 of them.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And then today, oh my gosh, those blueberry pumpkin muffins are my favorite! And he eats one before it's even cooled off. But these ones here, we pre-made, and they have the blueberries in them. In the recipe, I made a note that if you're looking for something a little bit sweeter, you could use the chocolate chips. Now, the chocolate chips is not going to be as healthy as using the blueberries, right? You're going to be losing the antioxidant component without the blueberries because, like I said previously in the show, the blueberries offer the antioxidants that is going to help our bodies fight off the free radicals. Unfortunately, chocolate chips do not have that, but you can find healthier chocolate chips, and we really encourage you to find chocolate chips that do not have refined sugar. This is possible. So one of the brands that we like is called Enjoy Life, and they have all kinds of different ones, but they're GMO free. Some of them are refined sugar free, so you have to really look at the ingredients. And they're dairy free. There's only usually 2 ingredients on the ones that we buy, and that is cacao powder and cacao butter. So that's the only 2 ingredients on the version that we buy. So when you taste them, they are not going to taste like a Hershey chocolate chip, but they're going to give you that chocolate taste. And then the sweetener that we put in is stevia. So you're still going to get sweetness in the muffin from the stevia. So we're going to use, in this batch tonight, we're going to use our chocolate chips. So these are the mini chocolate chips. I'm going to go ahead and throw those ones into our dry ingredients. I'm just going to do half a cup because I'm not quite sure what that's going to look like. Usually I get a little chocolate chip happy.
Yeah, you do.
So I think that's enough. That's about 1/4 cup of chocolate chips. Drew, what do you think?
That looks good to me.
Looks like enough.
I'll have to taste it.
Does it look like enough chocolate chips?
Yeah. So we had Greg in here. He says, hey guys, pumpkin yummy.
Hey Dad, thanks for tuning in. Gonna have to make these for Mom.
And then we have, so Louise says Enjoy Life has a really nice dark chocolate chip.
Mmm.
And then Annette's in here too. Hi Annette.
Hey Annette.
Annette said, she said the same thing. She says Enjoy Life has a good brand as well.
Yeah, a great choice for that. So we used half a cup of chocolate chips, so 1/4 cup, and I think that's plenty, you guys. So Drew requested chocolate chips for this batch, so that's why I'm using the chocolate chips. Alright, we're going to put them together here. Annette, you actually inspired us to make cauliflower wings. So we saw on your Facebook page that you made the cauliflower wings. So we are going to make those for supper tonight.
Surprising how filling they are.
It is. You know, when we first made cauliflower wings, well, first of all, when we first made them, we were a little bit skeptical because, cauliflower wings, chicken wings, we weren't sure, how it was going to compare. But we were really surprised at how delicious they were, and now we actually prefer cauliflower wings over the chicken wings. Not that we really ate chicken wings that much, but, when it's Wing Wednesday and there's a game on or something special going on, sometimes the wings come out. Or did come out. They don't anymore now that we've discovered cauliflower wings. They're amazing, you guys, and they do take a little bit of prep work, but they're not usually work together. So if you have somebody to make them with, it's much more enjoyable. I always say to Drew, wow, when we work together, it's like it takes half the time. But it's not that big of a project, even if you're on your own. It's just a few different steps. So, Drew, did you put the link up for cauliflower wings?
I did. I put the link up, so if you guys want that recipe, you can click on it in the comments. And Annette says, isn't it crazy how cauliflower wings even taste great the next day cold?
Ooh, I think we've always eaten them all. Let's be honest, Drew. I don't think we have leftovers.
We eat them till they're all gone, and that's why we're probably stuffed after.
Because we ate like a whole cauliflower.
We have Angie's in here. Hi, Angie.
Hey, Angie.
Angie says, I haven't tried them yet, but I will.
Oh, they're so good, Angie.
And then Marcel says, I love cauliflower wings.
Awesome. Marcel, did you use our recipe or did you use a different one? We actually made them at my mom and dad's when we were there last time. Do you remember, Mom? We had some cauliflower wings. I haven't made them in a while, so we'll make those tonight. We'll post some pictures for you guys. I'm just going to add the pumpkin mixture, the wet mixture here, to the dry mixture. You're going to notice that it's a little bit different than a conventional batter for muffins. It's a bit thicker, but it's supposed to be that way. It's not as runny. A conventional batter for muffins is a bit runnier than this, I would say anyway. This one is a little bit more, not runny.
Thicker?
Thicker! So it's my first time doing it with the chocolate chips. If you're doing the blueberries, which we've done earlier today in this batch, we add that into the dry ingredients as well. I should have mentioned that earlier. But add your blueberries into the dry ingredients. And then...
Marcel said I bought them uptown, but we'll be trying your recipe soon.
Awesome, Marcel. Marcel's very good in the kitchen. He whips up all kinds of yummy stuff. You made like a curry thing not too long ago. Hey, Marcel? I don't remember what it was. Curry quinoa, something. Let us know what it was, but it looked delicious. He made us shrimp tacos that night. Those sound good too. Alright, let's get crazy. So, it is really important to have muffin cups. Unfortunately, I ran out of muffin cups, so we weren't able to use them. This batch turned out pretty well without the muffin cups, but they fall apart a bit easier without the muffin cups. So I really would suggest buying a parchment paper muffin cup to use because with the healthy baking, it helps them not stick to the paper, and then it helps keep them together because they do tend to fall apart a bit more without the cups. They've worked okay. Like you'll see, they've worked okay in this batch here, but it is much, much better with the paper on them, with the little cups on them. So I've just greased the tin here with some coconut oil to help out the stickiness so it doesn't stick as much. And then we're just going to spoon the batter in to the cups. You'll want to fill them up to the top because they're not going to rise like a conventional muffin would. They're going to pretty much stay the same size as when you put them in there, in the same shape. Alright, so you're going to spoon them in and fill it up to the top. And you can use your finger to flatten them a little bit if you need to, because like I said, they're going to pretty much stay the same shape as when you plop them in there. So you fill them right up to the top.
Thanks for the hearts, you guys. We got about 1,300.
Woohoo! Thank you, you guys.
Rocking the hearts. Keep those coming.
So you can use your finger to pat it down a little bit. And they, like I said, they're going to pretty much keep the same shape. They're not going to change shape so much when they bake.
Jane says hers are very good, Marcel. I think you must be talking about the
cauliflower wings. They are delicious. Alright. I have a little couple tiny ones. So sometimes what I do when I have a little couple tiny ones is I look for a big one and I steal some. To make it a little bit more even. This one is a little bit tiny too. So like I said, they're not going to rise up very much in the oven because we're not using the conventional flour. Which one is the tiniest? I think this one's the tiniest.
Why don't you tell them about how sometimes it dips? Did you mention that before?
You mean when it, what do you call it? Sinks.
Yeah.
So sometimes, because we don't have the rising agents that you would in conventional flour, sometimes just the combination, the whole chemistry piece of the baking, sometimes you'll get the middle will sink. And what we found, we tried to find why this happens, and we know for one, it's because of the rising agents. So sometimes if that happens to you, or if that does ever happen to you, just make a little note on the recipe for next time to add a little bit more of baking soda and baking powder. That helps. Also, another reason we found that it sinks is if we open the oven door. So once we put our muffins in, we don't open the oven door until the timer is up, because we found for some reason the change in the heat makes them sink. So those are a couple little tips. And don't be too discouraged if they do sink, because it happens. It happens to me. And every once in a while with a certain recipe it'll happen. And it's hard not to get discouraged.
You just got to put some extra whipped cream in that little top area.
Last time I had one sink, it was Drew and Dorothy whipped cream. It wasn't like canned whipped cream. It was Drew and Dorothy whipped cream. But last time I made the chocolate quinoa cupcakes, I think it was, they sunk. And they do that sometimes, and it's just how it goes. It's like science experiments. Sometimes they go wrong. But our chocolate quinoa cupcakes sunk, so we had a hole in the middle. And I usually get quite upset when my baking doesn't turn out. But this time what I did was I mixed up we had some almond yogurt. So I took some almond yogurt and I put a little bit of maple syrup in with the almond yogurt, and then put it in the hole of the cupcake. Sprinkled it with some cinnamon. I think I even put a little strawberry on top, and then it was like a little cheesecake almost. Very delicious and a really good solution to that problem. But try not to get discouraged if that does happen, because it's not you. A lot of people think, I can't do healthy baking, it doesn't turn out. But it's not you, it's just nature and just chemistry, how it all goes together. So don't let that discourage you, and try again, because sometimes it's the outside temperature as well in our environment outside that can change those things as well. And every oven is different, so depending what kind of oven you have and how the heat in your oven it could be different.
They still taste good, so.
Oh, and they still taste good. Yeah. Delicious. So I'm going to put these in 350 in the oven for about 20-25 minutes. And then they will look like this when they're done. It's our first time doing the chocolate chips, so we'll have to let you know how that goes. But I did put a comment in the recipe that you can switch those out. I think it's a cup of blueberries. Yeah, it is. It's 1 cup of frozen blueberries. You're not going to want a cup of chocolate chips. It'll be way too chocolatey. So this was 1/4 of a cup of chocolate chips. So not sure that detail was in the recipe, but 1 cup of chocolate chips would be a lot of chocolate chips. So I'm just going to put this in the oven.
If you're not subscribed or if you didn't get the recipe yet, we put all our recipes in our newsletter first. So this one goes out to Cooking with Dorothy, and we also have another weekly newsletter as well. So you can subscribe to either or both. They both have different information. And I also just dropped the recipe in the comments as well. So you can click on that link and it'll take you to this recipe here.
Yeah. So that's it. That takes about 20-25 minutes. So we're going to let that bake and wrap things up here. Drew, do you have anything to say before we wrap things up?
No, just about CTP and then the YouTube show.
Awesome. Okay, so we have put together, before we let you go, we're going to tell you about a couple of things we got going on. So we put together our new day in the life of D&D, and it's all about my half marathon training. So it gets pretty, what would you say? I don't think intimate's the right word.
Detailed,
but I get pretty in depth to the training process and my prep. So we have all kinds of information. And even if you're not thinking about training for a half marathon, if you're thinking maybe you'd like to try a 5K or a 10K, or even if you just want to get started, there's lots of good tips in that show. And we release a new show on YouTube every Saturday. So that new show will be available Saturday. And it'll have all kinds of tips about how I train for my half marathon, and which was excellent, by the way. It was the best half marathon I've ever ran, so I'm pretty proud and pretty happy with the results and how my training turned out. And what do you do?
Chantel said, "Don't forget to set a timer."
Oh yes, Drew, did you set the timer?
I did not set a timer. Alexa, set a timer for 20 minutes.
20 minutes, starting now. Set. Timer set.
Thanks, Chantel.
Thanks for the reminder, Chantel. We do that all the time. We forget to set the timer and then you have to guess. It's not much fun guessing how much time is left. So, YouTube show, Day in the Life of D&D. That's youtube.com/trueformlife. Hey, Drew.
You got it.
Yeah. All past shows are up on YouTube now, so please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And thumbs up help, comments help, but what really, really, really helps the most is telling your friends and family about the show and getting others involved in the show as well. Trying to increase our views on our YouTube show, so just talking about it helps a lot. So brand new show about my half marathon this Saturday. Complete Truth Protein as well we have available, so if you need more information about Complete Truth Protein, we can help you out. So let us know. You can message us, send us an email, or send us a Facebook message, and we can give you more info about that and how to order. You can order online. We'd be happy to ship to you. And if you're locally in the Olds area, we deliver as well.
And that said, congratulations, Dorothy.
Thanks, Annette. Is that it, Drew?
I think that's it.
All right. Thanks so much, you guys, for tuning in tonight. It was a blast. Hope you have a chance to try out these pumpkin blueberry muffins. They're fantastic and loaded with health benefits. So you can actually feel good about eating them because they'll fuel your body and provide your body with lots of needed nutrients. So thanks again for tuning in. We'll be back here next Tuesday. Oh, actually, we won't be back here next Tuesday because Drew and I are actually traveling next Tuesday in the evening. So we're actually going to not have a show next Tuesday, correct, Drew?
That's right.
We'll catch up with you on the following Tuesday. Sorry about that, guys. So we're going to skip a week next week of Cooking with Dorothy. And then the following week we'll be back 7 p.m. Mountain Time with a new pumpkin recipe. So we're going to be picking another pumpkin recipe from the 10 Quick and Healthy Pumpkin Recipe Booklet. We'll pick another recipe from there and we'll make that with you. Subscribe to Cooking with Dorothy if you haven't already done so, because we will let you know in advance what recipe that we're going to be making. So we really hope you get a chance to try out the blueberry pumpkin recipe, the muffins. They're delicious. They're fantastic. And I think that's it. Anything else, Drew?
Just wanted to mention that if they make any of your recipes, they should tag us or put it in the CTP group.
Yeah, we always love seeing what you guys whip up. So make sure to take a picture of whatever you whipped up of your recipe and then post it and tag us. We absolutely love seeing your creations. Your pictures don't have to be perfect. A lot of people don't like posting their pictures because they're not sure it looks so good. But they don't have to be perfect. We just like to know what you're whipping up. It makes us happy when we see other people whipping up our recipes. So tag us for sure. And if you need complete food protein for your recipes, we'll be happy to get some to you. I think that's it, you guys. So thanks so much for tuning in, and we will catch you on the next show.
See you guys.
Bye.